Good evening and welcome to Georgetown High School. Home of tonight's ball game. It's the Georgetown Eagles live back at Georgetown High School to take on the Hendrickson Hawks. I'm Wally Harmon alongside Holden Tuma, and making it all happen behind the scenes, it's Jerry Ann Harmon, and we're back here live at home. A road game on Monday during the weather and the closure and the holiday and a lot of things going on for Georgetown. But a big win on the road for Georgetown. They won it 56-41 over the Elgin Wildcats to improve to 4-3 in district play. And that ended up proving to be a big win. That moved them into second place in district behind Eastview at 7-0. And then the separation starts to kind of get bogged down again. Conley sits at 3-3. But then you have Pflugerville, Weiss, and Hendrickson all at 3-4. So Holden, every game this second go-around, starting tonight, this second round of district, becomes vital to every team right now. Elgin, truly the only team eliminated from the playoffs at this point. Eastview, the only team pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot. But you've got 5 teams fighting for the next 3 spots behind Eastview. Every game is important.
I've honestly never seen that much congestion in the middle of a bracket like that. Georgetown, like you said, at 4-3, and then a 3-3, and then 3 teams at 3-4. They're all one game separated from each other. Now, obviously, tiebreakers are going to be a headache in that instance when the records is tied. We're going to have to go to like the record books and the rule books and kind of determine, okay, who gets what spot. But the bottom line is they've got to win these final games, like you were saying, and the pressure is on both these schools and a lot of these teams throughout the rest of the season because they know there's a lot of teams that are nipping at their tails right now, fighting for those 3 last playoff spots, with Eastview locking up that 1 seed.
And how big of a win would it be tonight for Georgetown to right the loss at Hendrickson on the 20th of December before the holiday break? Georgetown loses in overtime, 57-55. But a win here tonight not only helps get the head-to-head evened up, but it also separates these teams and gives Georgetown a 2-game advantage over Hendrickson in the standings. Georgetown would go to 5-3, while Hendrickson would drop to 3-5. That would be huge right now. You look at it the other way around. If Georgetown loses, Hendrickson wins tonight. They're both sitting at 4-4, and Hendrickson has a 2-game tiebreaker against Georgetown if it comes down to head-to-head. And so that could be big. Georgetown, a lot on the line here tonight to try to make 2 things happen. Get that head-to-head split, 500 even Steven, but yet get that 2-game lead in the standings at a 5-3 record compared to 3-5. The only other action tonight in District 23 is a big game. It's Eastview on the road at Conley. Can Conley put a stir in this? Can they get a win and go to 4-3, or do they fall to Eastview and hurt themselves, dropping to 3-4 amongst the rest of the pack and causing them some more struggles? They lost earlier to Eastview in the start of the district play, and so an opportunity at home tonight for Conley. They like to be at home there at Conley High School in Austin, and so that should be a good game tonight. The rest of the district has the night off. With the win for Hendrickson back on December 20th, these 2 teams head-to-head are tied 5-5 across the board, thanks to Hendrickson winning that game on the 20th. And it just seemed like a busted play on that one. The outlet, they go against a full-court pressure, and they find that the big man, number 32, Adarius Hines, was sitting underneath the basket and got that game-winning shot overtime, a layup after it broke the press. And you could just see the deflation on how big of a loss that was and how big it hurt, especially in overtime, to fall to Hendrickson in that season opener of district play. But they've done the right thing. They've made the adjustments. Tough losses to Conley on the road. Tough loss to Eastview here last week at 75-70. But now an opportunity. You won against Elgin. Now you got to come back and kind of put these back in a row because you got some big games tonight at home against Hendrickson. Friday night. Tuesday night on the road at Weiss before you have your second round bye next Friday night. So it's going to be fun to watch what this team does. How do they respond? And a lot more on the line. Evan Mayhew back, 3rd game in a row to be back Tuesday. This team celebrated the life of Justin Mayhew. Our thoughts and prayers still go to Michelle and the Mayhew family. She's here tonight. It's great to see Michelle here as Evan back again for another night with this team. And getting back into his schedule after the tough loss of his father. But a great turnout and a great celebration of the life of Justin Mayhew on Tuesday. I got a chance to be there and watch these basketball team come in their Eagle basketball hoodies, all standing there supporting their teammate Evan in his tough time. But seeing the community surround the Mayhew family was an awesome sight. How does Evan respond? The big man makes a difference for Georgetown. How key is that now to see how he responds and can get back into a flow and try to get back to some normalcy given the terrible setback of losing his dad.
The best way to do that in every game is to get him going early. Some early sets, run them for Mayhew. He's going to be the tallest player in the court tonight. He's the tallest player in most nights for this Georgetown Eagle team. So running some early offensive looks for him, get maybe a pick and roll where the guard has an opportunity to dish it to him or take it to the rack himself. But just trying to get that confidence up early so that he's ready to go and ready to roll when this team will need him in a tough game tonight.
The largest, tallest player for Eastview, or Hendrickson, in their starting lineup tonight is Jace Gregory, 6'2". Go low. How do they cover a 6'9" post? How do they cover a 6'6" wing in Ryan Dupre? How do they cover the 6'3" Davin Sedgwick when 6'2" is the tallest, along with a 5'9" DJ Hards, a 5'9" Ryan Longoria, a 5'10" Tristan Thompson, a number 10 or Maddox Quiller, a 6'2" Maddox Quiller. You have two 6'2" guys to cover a 6'6" and a 6'9" guy. So it'll be that early advantage. Does Eastview take advantage of that and go low, get him involved, get Evan in that flow? And how big is that tonight for Evan and Ryan Dupre to attack the boards and get a lot of rebounds?
Yeah, this is going to be a point that the coaches have talked about all week leading up to this game. Like, these are the two biggest players by far in this game against the starting five for Hendrickson. So they're fully expecting to come into this game and have a lot of success on the boards with second chance opportunities, and also just the traditional sets, like I was saying, a pick and roll opportunity. Get the offensive player in the post with a good position against a smaller defender. Start backing him down, get Hendrickson into foul trouble. There's a lot leaning Georgetown early, but they've still got to execute on the court.
The Hendrickson Hawks come in 8-20 on the year, 3-4 in district play, a 4-game losing streak for the Hawks. After winning their first 3 district games, each in overtime, they've dropped their last 4 ball games, sitting at 8-20 and 3-4. Head coach is Keenan Dvorak. The assistant coaches Seth Cross, Mel Sipp, and Jeff Trevelyan. The starting lineup for the Hendrickson Hawks tonight, the visitors here at Georgetown High School, will go this way as selected by head coach Keenan Dvorak. At guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 0, DJ Harge. At guard, the 5'9" sophomore, number 2, Ryan Longoria. At forward, a 6'2" junior, number 4, Jace Gregory. At guard, a 5'10" junior, number 5, Tristan Thomas. And at forward, a 6'2" junior, number 10, Maddox Quiller. So the Hawks will go with Harge, Longoria, Gregory, Thomas, and Quiller for the starting lineup in tonight's ball game. Harge had 13 points to lead the Hawks back on December 20th. He was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Longoria was there with 10 points, and then you had 10 points that's on the bench. Maddox Quiller did not play in that game, and so it'll be interesting to see what matchups he brings to this defense and this offense for the Hawks, as he will see his first action against Georgetown on this season. Your Georgetown Eagles come in 19-10 overall, 4-3 in district play on a 1-game winning streak after beating Elgin on Monday night. Their head coach is David Canfield in his 8th season at Georgetown. First and foremost, our thoughts go out to the wife of Coach Canfield, Ashley Canfield, not across the way. It is disturbing to look across at the scores table when you know if I mess something up in my book and have to correct it at halftime, I can go talk to Ashley and get her book that was always right. She's not here tonight. She's under the weather, so we wish the best for Ashley to get well and get back here. It's just awkward not seeing her at the scorers table, keeping the books for Georgetown. The other coaches for Georgetown, Peter Stackman, Kyle Gandy, and Robert Havens. Coach Stackman just leading the JV team to a win over Hendrickson, 45-41 in the previous game. The starting lineup for your Georgetown Eagles, it's different tonight, and maybe a name that you might recognize, Holden. At guard, a 6'1 senior. Number 2 is Q Presley. The other guard, the 5'10 senior, number 3, is Hyatt Tuma. I think you may know him. Number 23, a 6'3 senior, Davin Sedgwick. At wing, a 6'6 senior, number 25, Ryan Dupre. And the man down low, back in the house, the 6'9 senior post, number 44, Evan Mayhew. So Georgetown will respond with Presley, Tuma, Sedgwick, Dupre, and Mayhew. I jumped the gun and checked Nick Hansen's box. He's not starting tonight, has been under the weather this week. He is with the team. He will play in the ball game. Just don't know how many minutes as he recovers from the flu earlier here in this week. Got a chance to talk to his mom. Has been doing better since Wednesday evening after getting the Tamiflu going, which seems to be going around right now. The illness is around. I know the baseball team went out and visited during practice today, and Coach Vieira and 2 or 3 players down with the flu as well. And so that going around school with all this weather changes going on, now it's in the 50s. It'll be cold in the morning and back to the 50s. And so this up and down weather, these kids amongst a school full of people, you're you're going to have the illnesses. And so Nick will be limited in his action tonight, but will have the opportunity to take the court. So Hyatt Tuma will see his first start of the season. He saw some action against Elgin on Monday on the road, and an opportunity here for Hyatt to get tonight's start. Let's take a quick time out, about 2.5 minutes remaining here in the pregame. And when we come back, we'll be ready to go to the national anthem. And then the PA, it's a different PA announcer tonight. Curtis Parker's busy. I think we're going to have an assistant principal fill in, and he'll bring us the starting lineups. Thanks for joining us here live on the SHN Sports Network. Georgetown Eagle boys basketball continues in a moment. We're back live here at Georgetown High School, getting ready for tonight's starting lineups, the national anthem, and everything going. But it's all brought to you possible by Matt Kike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and Matt Kike Ford Lincoln. We like to give them the shout-out because they are the sole sponsors of Georgetown Eagle basketball here on the SHN Sports Network. They're proud sponsors of First Responder Broadcasting, and we love to give them a shout-out. A matter of factly, my daughter-in-law and son just took their Dodge Journey and got some warranty work done yesterday, and Kevin Dupre and the staff take care of you there at Mackay Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Let's get ready to go to our national anthem, and then we'll come back to the PA and bring you tonight's starting lineups. Please join us for tonight's. I think we're going to the national anthem. We'll see here. We are. We're going to go to the national anthem. We'll be right back with tonight's starting lineups from the PA. To the PA announcer we go for the starting lineups.
We'll start with the visiting Hendrickson Hawks. The Hawks are coached by Kendra Dvorak, and assistant coaches are Seth Cross, Mel Sepp, and Jeff Trevilion. And now the starting lineup for the Hendrickson Hawks. 5'8" sophomore, wearing number 0, DJ Harge. 5'8" sophomore wearing number 2, Ryan Longoria. 6' junior, number 4, Jace Gregory. Next, the 5'10" junior wearing number 5, Tristan Thomas. And lastly, 6'2" junior wearing number 10, Maddox Quiller. And now for your Georgetown Eagles. The Eagles are coached by Debbie Canfield, Peter Stackman, Kyle Gamby, and Robert Havens. The starting lineup tonight for your Eagles. 6'1" and senior, playing guard and wearing number 2, Kingdom Presley. 5'9" and senior, playing guard, wearing number 3, Hyatt Tuma. The 6'3" and senior at the wing position, wearing number 23, Devin Sedgwick. 6'6" and senior, another wing, wearing number 25, Ryan Dupree. And lastly, the man in the middle, 6'9" junior, post player, wearing number 44, Evan Mayhew.
Assistant Principal Brandstetter stepping in tonight. Curtis Parker over at the soccer field with the soccer tournament going on here at Birkelbach Field. And so an awesome job by Principal Brandstetter to step in and enjoy announcing the starting lineups for Georgetown and the Hendrickson Hawks. Evan Mayhew will jump it off for Georgetown, the home team in the all whites, blue letters, or blue numerals on the front and back. G-Town in capital block print lettering on the top of the numerals on the front, and Eagles in capital block print lettering on the bottom as Evan Mayhew wins the tip. Back to Q Presley, and Georgetown has it to open it up over to Dupre. Back to Presley, swing it over into the hands of Sedgwick. Now Tuma on the right wing. Back to Dupre. He'll get a high screen from Mayhew. Dribbles down towards the baseline. Will look to drive and does. And a foul whistle there on the floor. It'll be a foul. I believe it's on number 10. That's going to be on Maddox Quiller. That'll be his first, team first.
18 seconds in, already seeing the size drawing some fouls.
Inbound to Georgetown, the quarter, back to Q Presley, right block extended, spins the baseline, jumper off the glass on the runner is up and good for Q Presley. And a 2-0 lead for Georgetown to open it up. Quickly back down, Harge has it, right wing off a screen, top of the key, dribbles left wing. He'll give it off into the hands of Thomas. He'll drive into the right block, stop when Mayhew steps in, backdoor pass to Harge, back out. Thomas will fire a right wing three. It's off the mark. The rebound tipped out. Harge has it up top. Gregory fires a straight on three. It's up, no good. And there's the rebound by Davin Sedgwick. And he'll give it off to Q Presley, and Georgetown has it with 7:05 remaining, first quarter, the 2-0 lead. Presley across, looks at the backdoor cut to Dupre, and it's off his hands. Turnover on Georgetown. Good pressure defense there by Tristan Thomas. And the Hawks have the ball after a quick tie out here. Or that was by Jace Gregory. Good defense on Ryan Dupre.
That right there is something we're going to have to look at for the Georgetown Eagles. They have a lot of turnovers, and quite consistently those turnovers become transition points for the other team.
Tristan Thomas off his screen to the right wing. Up top, Quiller has it. Thanks to Bennett. Now right wing to Harge. Harge, the sophomore, will shoot from anywhere. Dribbles towards the left wing, loses it, gets it back, gives it off to Longoria. Jumping the screen was Dupre. Good defense there. Now Harge bottled up. Kicks it up to Longoria. Reset, 6:35 remaining first quarter. Jace Gregory on the right wing, covered by Dupre. Back to Harge on the left side. Harge will come off of his screen to the right elbow. Stop. The little floater is short off the front rim. He gets his own rebound. He'll try to go up, kicks it out. Longoria, a corner three, and he'll knock it down. Ryan Longoria knocks down his first three ball. And the Hawks take the 3-2 lead. 6:10 remaining first quarter. Tuma on the right wing. He'll dribble up, throw the ball up top to Dupre. Dupre will stop, pop a deep three, high arcing off the back iron. Chased down in the quarter by Longoria, and here come the Hawks. 6 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Tristan Thomas, top of the key, looks for the screen, gets it, dribbles left wing. Tries to drive the baseline, picks up the dribble, kicks it to Longoria. Down to the corner he goes. He'll go down low to Harge on the baseline. Back up top, Quiller will pass on the three, try to drive. Mayhew blocks it out of bounds. And the size of Evan Mayhew plays nicely there against the shorter 6'2 Quiller. And the Hawks will have to inbound after the block shot.
That's a 7-inch difference. That's probably going to be a shot that coach is going to say that's not happening. If Mayhew's in the paint, in position, you got to find another option.
Inbound it deep to Quiller, top of the key, right wing. Gregory will fire a right wing three. It's off the back iron, no good. Q Presley, it loses it off his leg. Harge gets it down to the right block. We'll kick it out and reset it after the height difference there with Ryan Dupre. And now Tristan Thomas has it left wing. He'll call out the offense with 5:25 remaining here in the first quarter. Off a screen, kick it out. Quiller left wing, thinks about the three. Up top to Longoria, now to Harge, right side. Ball knocked free, and they'll call a foul there on Q Presley on the reach-in. That'll be Q's first foul, first team foul on Georgetown. 3-2 your score. Hendrickson leads it by 1, 5:16 remaining first quarter.
3 early offensive rebounds for Hendrickson, and they've all been because Georgetown's drifted out of position when trying to get the board, and Henderson's been able to scoop in.
Harge on the dribble from the right wing. Stop, top of the key, kick it. Gregory in the right elbow, kicks it out to Quiller. He'll take this left wing three. It's off the iron, no good. And there's Davin Sedgwick high to get the rebound, and a foul whistled on the push by Jace Gregory. That'll be his first, team second on the Hawks. And a great job there by Sedgwick to go up, get the block out, and then go get the ball high.
Yeah, exactly. That's how you don't let that offensive rebound happen. You don't wait for the ball to come to you. You go get it.
Georgetown will inbound. Q Presley will bring it across the timeline. 4:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Hands it off to Dupre on the left wing. Ryan dribbles up towards the top to reset. Kicks it over to Sedgwick. Now in the hands of Presley on the right wing. Q will take a right wing three. It's up. Good! Q Presley starts out hot. He now has 5 in the ball game, and Georgetown leads it 5-3. 4:35 remaining. Tristan Thomas on the right wing. Kicks it over to Longoria. He'll drive the baseline. Cut off by Tuma. Kicks it out. Harge, left baseline three is up. No good. Mayhew does a great job of getting the block out, then tips the rebound out to Q Presley, and here come the Eagles. Q across the timeline. Shake and bake. Covered by Harge. There's the foul on Harge. And how do you argue that foul? You're grabbing him the whole time, and a great foul there on Harge on the reach-in, his first, team third. But the arguing by some of the foul calls, it's like you were grabbing the player.
And I get it in the moment. You've already got adrenaline going that anytime you're going to get called for a foul, there's always that first instinct of, I didn't do anything wrong. But, yeah, that time, definitely an obvious call.
Lob down low to Mayhew. He'll go up contested. Can't get the shot to go, but he draws the foul. That'll be on Maddox Quiller. And quickly he'll go to the bench with 2 fouls.
When you get the ball to the 6'9 player, when the tallest player on the opposing team 6'2, good things are going to happen. Got excellent position even with the double team. Draws the foul. 2 free throw opportunities coming.
First free throw for Mayhew, way off to the left, no good. Substitutions here for the Hendrickson Hawks as Quiller and Longoria will check out. Checking in, number 3, Trey Williams, along with number 24, that's Kevin Brettfellion. The 6'2 senior. Mayhew's second free throw on the way is off the back iron, no good. The rebound, tracked down in the corner by Davin Sedgwick, but they're going to say he stepped on the sideline, so he's out of bounds and the ball back over to the Hawks.
He would have thrown it right to Hendrickson anyway. All the Eagles kind of drifted back, expecting Hendrickson to secure that rebound regardless. So either way, Hendrickson ball, but early we're studying that size we talked about, playing a big factor for Georgetown, drawing fouls in that case rather than executing at the free throw line. That's still another foul. We've already got some early subs for Hendrickson in.
Williams has it up top. Trey goes right side to Tristan Thomas. Down low to Brettfellion. He tries to split the Twin Towers. There's the traveling. Jump ball. Good job there on defense by Ryan Dupre and Evan Mayhew. Brettfellion only 6'2 as well, replacing Quiller, but he goes in between the 2 towers. They tie him up. Alternating possession back to the Hawks with 3:48 remaining. Harge to inbound. Looks for a cutter, gets it into Brettfellion. He'll back it out towards the right wing, picks up the dribble, kicks it up top into the hands of Gregory. Back over to Trey Williams on the right wing. Williams will back it out near midcourt, and now a foul called on the floor. And they're going to call it on Q Presley on a hold. Not sure what happened. It was away from the ball, and that's a second foul on Q Presley. Second team foul on Georgetown. The Hawks will inbound. Trey Williams will bring it across the timeline. 3:30 remaining first quarter. Over to Thomas on their left wing. Picks up the dribble. Gives it off to Brett Fellion in the corner. Covered by Dupre. Looking in for Gregory. Goes low to Harge. Harge will turn on the baseline. Try to go up. Reverse layup. Too strong. No good. Rebound tipped out. Harge comes away with it. He's trapped on the baseline. Kicks it out to Brett Fellion. Back to Harge in the corner. Now to Gregory. Left elbow jumper. It's off the rim. No good. Ryan Dupre high to scoop in and take that rebound away. And here come the Eagles with 3:05.
Hendrickson's definitely playing with a lot of energy right now, so great job by Dupre to secure that board.
Mayhew spins left on Brett Fellion, gets it to the corner, but they're going to call the travel violation on Mayhew, so a turnover on Georgetown. And into the ball game for Georgetown comes the 5'10 senior, number 1, Adrian Brown, along with the senior, 6'2 senior, number 33, Lucas Lyle. As long as Q Presley and Sedgwick will take a seat on the bench for Georgetown. Q with those 2 big fouls. Harge will bring it across the timeline, right wing to Thomas. 2:45 remaining here in the first quarter. Thomas to the top of the key, kick it out, left wing. Williams will drive in, kick it out to Harge on the right wing, fakes the 3, back up top to Williams. Back out to Harge, deep NBA 3, right wing. It's up and good. Don't leave him open and don't let him get hot. He can get out of control. The first 3 for Harge and a 6-5 lead for the Hawks. Dupre to the right wing, looks to dribble drive, does, into the lane. Picks it up, kicks it out. Tuma wide open, right wing 3 up. Good. Hyatt. Tuma knocks down his first shot. A big 3 there for Tuma, and the lead right back over to Georgetown. 8-6, 2:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Harge off a high screen from Brett Fellion. Left wing to Williams. Back to Harge. Over to Gregory. Gregory holds there. Looks to go to Brett Fellion. Now a skip pass over to Williams left wing. Dribbles down towards the corner. Now back out towards the wing. Tries to go low. Mayhew's foot got in the way, and it kicks right to Harge, and Harge puts in the little floater for the bucket. We're tied up 8 apiece. Harge now with 5. Adrian Brown pressured by Trey Williams out near midcourt. Look to drive. Pressured there, and there's the foul. Nope, a timeout called by Coach Canfield. I think he was leery of the 5-second call on the defensive play of Trey Williams. It takes the timeout with 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter. 8-8 your score. Georgetown and Hendrickson all tied up. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Live here at Georgetown High School. 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter, all tied up 8-8. Lyle, Mayhew, Tuma, Brown, and Dupre on the floor for Georgetown. Lyle to inbound. We'll throw it to Adrian Brown in the backcourt. Brown has it across the timeline. Center of the floor, left wing into the hands of Lyle. Lyle looking low, gets it to Mayhew. Here comes the double team. Mayhew will dribble, being draped on by Brett Fellion. Spins baseline, goes up, get the bucket, and one. And one foul had to be called at one point, and Mayhew waited. They waited on the call and ended up costing him an and one. Gives a foul to Brett Fellion, his first, team 5th.
A lot of coaches, specifically back when Shaquille O'Neal was in the NBA, hear the hack-a-shack. If you're out of position and you know you're not stopping him, you foul him and make him reset their offense as he converts the and one. But that right there, that's just too easy for Mayhew. That's too small of a defender. Even with the double team, he fights through it, gets the harm, gets the bucket, and a big play there for the Eagles.
11-8, Georgetown by 3. Harge kicks it right wing to Thomas. Playing the swing game, and it's a tip ball. Oh, I thought it went off of Jace Gregory. Lucas Lyle got a hand on it. It looked like it went off Gregory out of bounds. They called it off Georgetown. So the Hawks will inbound with 1:06 remaining here in the first quarter. Georgetown leads it 11-8. Trey Williams to inbound in the corner on the near side. He'll throw it out to Jace Gregory, back to Williams. Swing it over, left wing. Tristan Thomas fakes the 3, drives the baseline. The little jumper up, and he gets the kind roll. That's Thomas's first points of the ball game. And it cuts the lead down to 1. Quickly ahead, Tuma right wing. Back up to Brown, swing it around. Dupre has it, left baseline to Lyle. Fakes the shot, gives it off to Mayhew. Kick it out, Dupre right wing. High arcing 3 up, off the rim, no good. Lyle runs down the rebound in the near side corner, and he'll reset it up to Tuma, over to Dupre, and the Eagles keep possession. 34 seconds remaining. Brown has it right wing. Adrian up top to Lyle. Eagles swinging it around, leading by 1. Lyle holds there, back to Brown. He'll take a corner 3. It's up. It's good. Adrian Brown knocks down his first shot. A big 3 there, and the lead to 4. 15 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Kick it over to Thomas. Thomas up top key, right side to Gregory. Fakes the 3, holds on to it. Has Lyle on him. Skip pass over to Harge. He gets a wide open look. It's no good. Lucas Lyle, the rebound for Georgetown. 3 seconds remaining. Spins out of trouble. And then he's going to try to throw one up. And the first quarter buzzer is blown here at Georgetown High School. Not able to get a shot up there at the end, but Georgetown, a big three-pointer there by Adrian Brown, takes the 4-point lead to the end of 1. 14-10 your score. Georgetown basketball returns after this. Georgetown basketball back live here at Georgetown High School, brought to you by First Responder Broadcasting. Sponsored by Mack Hike Ford Lincoln, Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Nick Hansen checks in for his first action, along with Cooper Ray. On the floor with Adrian Brown, Lucas Lyle, and Ryan Dupre. Dupre has it, top of the key. Thomas on him. Dupre looks to drive, backs out. Now will drive again down to the baseline, and there's a foul called on the floor. A foul called, I believe, on number 5, Tristan Thomas. And that will be his first personal foul. First team foul on the Hawks here in the second quarter. Hansen to inbound. Looks to get it in and does to Lyle. Lyle on the baseline. Up top to Dupre, and the Eagles reset. 7:40 left here in the first half. Dupre to the left elbow. He's fouled on the floor. That one's called on Trey Williams. That'll be his first personal foul. Second team foul on the Hawks. So the Eagles would love to get the Hawks in foul trouble here early and get into the bonus. A big portion of the second quarter. 2 quick fouls.
And Dupre's 6'6", and he knows how to use it. He's very aggressive, trying to get inside. And anytime he's matched up against a smaller defender, it's going to be a mismatch. We see it with 2 early fouls there for Hendrickson. They've already got to be conscious about not letting Georgetown get into the bonus too early.
Lyle inbounds to Hansen. 7:30 remaining here in the first half. Over to Lyle, right wing. Lyle looks to drive the baseline. Backs it back out on the wing. Looks to cut. Now up top to Hansen. Hansen back over to Lyle. Lucas will dribble in. Hand it off to Adrian Brown. He'll fire a 3. It's short off the rim. A battle for the rebound. Brett Fellion comes away with it for the Hawks. Gives it off Trey Williams. He'll drive all the way down. And here's Cooper Ray. And he'll be whistled for the foul as Trey Williams tried to go up and under. And he'll be helped up off the floor. That'll be Cooper Ray's first personal foul. First team foul on Georgetown here in the second quarter. And Trey Williams will go to the free throw line. The first trip of the ball game for the Hawks to the free throw line.
Some great acceleration there by Trey Williams with the ball in his hand. Blew kind of past Adrian Brown, getting across half court, and then just took it coast to coast. Almost, I thought he was going to hit the acrobatic finish. Instead, just gets fouled and will shoot 2 frees.
First free throw from Williams. Rolls in and out, so the foul pays off for Cooper Ray when you look at the foul to free throw made ratio. Trey Williams, a super fast guard, one of the seniors here for Hendrickson, one of the captains, had 10 points in the first matchup back in December. Second free throw from Williams is up, in and out, no good. The rebound from Cooper Ray tipped into the hands of Ryan Dupre as he was battling with number 35, the 6'7" senior Avery Green, who checked in for the Hawks. Adrian Brown has it right wing. He'll look to drive, does on hard to the baseline, tries to dump it to Cooper Ray, and a good defensive play by Brett Fellion, and a steal for the Hawks. 6:50 remaining. Harge across the timeline. Left wing hesitates. Drive down to the baseline. Picks up the dribble. Brett Fellion on the wing. Back to Harge. He'll take the NBA 3. It's up and good. You give him some space, he'll knock it down. And Harge now with 8 in the ball game. And the lead down to 1 for Georgetown. 6.5 minutes remaining. Brown on the sideline. He'll dribble out of trouble by Harge, and the little runner is up but short. Harge with the rebound, and here come the Hawks. Harge ahead to Williams, left wing. No one cuts him off. Left elbow jumper, up good. Trey Williams knocks it down after missing both free throws, and the Hawks take their first lead of the quarter. 15-14.
One of the big struggles for Georgetown all season has been transition defense, and right now Hendrickson's making them pay.
Dupre drives, goes up against two defenders. Hacked there by Green, no call. And the Hawks get the ball back. And a foul called on Dupre against Harge in the backcourt. That'll be Ryan's first personal foul. Second team foul on Georgetown. A couple of substitutions here. As for the first time in the ballgame for the Hawks, you see a 5'10 senior, number 11, Julian Esparza. He checks in along with Longoria back on the floor. Williams and Thomas check out for the Hawks. Q Presley back in. On Harge on the right wing. Comes off a screen. Step back three, and there's an illegal screen on Green. They didn't get him on the foul on Dupre, but they got him on the illegal screen on the offensive end. That'll be his first personal foul. Third team foul on the Hawks, and Georgetown will get the ball back with 5:50 remaining.
Yeah, he was just absolutely bulldozering there on offense. He's a big guy, 6'7". I'm a little surprised they didn't bring him in earlier to try to match some of this Georgetown height. Instead, they're bringing him in with the second unit. But he's had some success on defense there, though, called for the illegal screen.
Cooper Ray up top to Dupre. Quick fire three on the way. Bank shot. The bank's open. Ryan Dupre. He'll tell you that was ugly, but it was pretty at the same time. First points for Dupre. And the lead back to Georgetown. A save by Dupre on a steal. Ahead to Q Presley. He'll drive down. And how do you not call that foul? Esparza gets away with a strip, but it's out of bounds off the Hawks.
And he was looking around the refs, too, making sure that no one really called that. But so that time, a great steal and save there by Dupre to set up that transition opportunity. Georgetown doesn't finish in transition, but now another opportunity with the ball.
Q Presley trying to inbound, gets it to a cutting Lyle. Fall away shot as he's pushed, no good. Cooper Ray will chase it down. Up top to Lyle. He'll reset to Q Presley, and the Eagles will slow down and start the offense back over. Dupre, right wing three, high arcing, off the rim and over the board. No out of bounds. And the ball back over to the Hawks with 5:13 remaining here in the first half.
So I like the transition of offensive identity because early on Georgetown was heavy into the paint or attacking the rim. Now Hendrickson's brought their size out. They're electing to go more perimeter.
Esparza drives in. Spins away from trouble, but his little layup shot, no good, but he gets his own rebound. A tip out from behind, the ball loose. Brett Bellion comes away with it. He'll drive into the middle lane. Ball strip free. Nick Hansen with the steal. He gets it, throws it ahead to Cooper Ray. To a cutout to Q Presley. He'll go up, and the layup good. Q Presley, 7 in the ball game for the Eagles, and the lead up to 4. 4:40 remaining, 19-15. Georgetown leads it. Harge goes baseline to Brett Bellion, covered by Dupre. Brett Bellion back to Harge on the left wing, covered tightly by Nick Hansen. Harge will dribble up top, gets off a screen from Longoria, spins, top of the key, right wing to Brett Bellion. Brett Bellion up top. Longoria fakes the three to the right elbow. Fadeaway jumper up, no good. Long rebound. Lucas Lyle has it. Kicks it to Hansen, right side across the timeline. Slows things down here for Georgetown with 4:10 remaining. Shake and bake. Hansen takes it all the way to the cup. He's going to be fouled, and that'll be on Avery Green. That'll be his second. But Nick Hansen, what a job to shake Longoria on the far side, drive all the way in and be fouled. He'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And you mentioned it coming into this game, he's been suffering with the flu, so has been away from the team, probably hasn't practiced that much, but you could not tell right there. Turned on the afterburners, made the man miss, attacked right to the cusp, gets the foul, knocks the first one down. A great rep overall there by Nick Hansen.
Nick Hansen's first point, the lead back to 5 for Georgetown, 20-15. Lucas Lyle, Cooper Ray will check out. Davin Sedgwick, Evan Mayhew back in. The free throw, second free throw, no good. Ball tip free, but into the hands of Esparza. He'll give it off to Harge, and here come the Hawks. Across the timeline, near side. 4 minutes remaining here in the first half. Harge off the screen to the left wing. Gives it off to Esparza, up top to Green. Hands it off to Longoria. Sets another screen. Longoria will drive. Cut off, kicks it up top. Brett Bellion saves it. Back to Longoria, right wing. Fakes, drive the baseline. And he did a little hezzy there in a nice play. But it just caught Nick Hansen off balance. He wasn't out of position. He just got caught off balance. And they'll call the foul on Hansen, his first. That'll be the team third on Georgetown.
Hendrickson's very quick, and they kind of have to be because they are so small in comparison to Georgetown. They're really using a lot of hezzy moves, a lot of accelerations in transition. They're making the Eagles work for it on defense.
Trey Williams checks back in, and for the first time of the ball game, Adarius Hines, the 6'5 sophomore, checks in. He had 9 points in the game-winning shot in overtime back in December. Esparza off of screens, top of the key, kicks it over. Williams left wing, deep three, fires it, knocks it down. 5 points for Williams all here in the second quarter. It cuts the lead back to 2, 20-18. Q Presley will fire a right wing three, and he'll be fouled by DJ Hards. That'll be Hards' second personal foul, and that'll be the 5th team foul on the Hawks here in the second quarter. Q Presley to the free throw line for 3 shots.
It's a great job just kind of going from transition to the pull-up game. He's very quick with that, and that puts the defense in a lot of conflict because 1 second you're backpedaling full speed, the next you're trying to stop your movement and adjust and attack a shot opportunity. That time too aggressive, gets the foul.
Q Presley knocks down the first of 3 free throws. The lead up to 3, 21-18. 3:27 remaining here in the first half. Presley's second free throw good as well. Q now with 9 points in the ball game, a chance to take it into double digits here as the lead grows to 4, a chance to make it 5. Presley's third free throw is up, no good. The rebound by Trey Williams for the Hawks. Here come the Hawks. Williams will push it ahead. Right wing down to the baseline, Euro step, throws one up and draws the foul on Davin Sedgwick. That'll send Trey Williams back to the free throw line. That'll be Davin's first personal foul, 4th team foul on the Eagles. And Trey Williams back to the free throw line where he's 0 for 2 in the ball game.
But right there, another example of the acceleration Hendrickson has. He gets it right about half court and then just puts on the afterburners, attacks all the way, draws the foul, free throws to come.
First free throw for Williams this go around is good. He now has 6 in the ball game, and he has the last 6 points for the Hendrickson Hawks. The lead down to 3, 22-19 for Georgetown. Second free throw, good as well. So make it the last 7, all 7 here in the second quarter. And Trey Williams has scored, have been the last 7 for the Hawks, and they cut it to a 2-point deficit. 3:15 remaining first half. Presley across the timeline, covered by Williams. He'll dribble to the right side. All the way to the cup goes Q Presley. Can't get the shot to go, but draws the foul. And they're going to call that one on Trey Williams. That'll be his second personal foul. That'll send Q Presley back to the free throw line. He's 2 for 3 on the night so far. Chance to add a couple of points to the lead here for Georgetown with 3:07 remaining in the first half. First free throw from Q on the way is good.
Coming into this season, we talked about the loss of Kai Canfield from this team and then who's going to replace that offensive firepower. Q Presley really stepped into that role. All throughout this season, he's been their go-to guy on offense, and you're seeing why tonight. His explosiveness, athleticism, and his speed creates a lot of opportunities to score at every level.
Second free throw good as well. Q now with 11 in the ball game, and Georgetown leads by 4, 24-20. 3:05 remaining. Tristan Thomas back in for Trey Williams for the Hawks. Has the ball on the right wing. There's a moving screen, no call. Thomas drives, blocked by Dupre, and they're going to call the body foul. It's got to be a moving screen here on Adarius Hines as he continued just to run, never set himself for the screen, and tried to go down low. They call it on Ryan Dupre. That'll be his second, team 5th on Georgetown. And to the line goes Tristan Thomas.
A lot of fouls on both teams now, kind of back and forth, just shooting free throws at this point. Both teams in the bonus with about 3 minutes left to go in the second quarter.
Tristan Thomas with 2 points in the ball game to this point. His first free throw to come here is on the way, and this one is good. Thomas now with 3 in the ball game. The lead is 3 for Georgetown, 24-21. 2:55 remaining first half. Thomas, slow dribbles. Ready for the second free throw. It's on the way. Second free throw good as well. He now has 4, and the lead down to 2, 24-22. Georgetown leads it. Q Presley across the timeline for Georgetown. Tuma back in for Nick Hansen. On the floor for Georgetown. Down to Mayhew on the right block. He'll spin in, kick it out to Q Presley. Right baseline 3 on the way. It's up short, no good. Rebound tipped out from Mayhew, but into the hands of Esparza, and here come the Hawks. Harge has it across the timeline. Right wing, he'll take it all the way to the hoop. And a foul whistle. They're going to give him a continuation. They're going to call it on Evan Mayhew. I guess they're going to call the body foul, as Mayhew got nowhere close to the arms when he blocked it. But that'll send DJ Hart to the free throw line as Evan Mayhew picks up his first personal.
And the refs are really not letting either team get away with a whole lot right now, which favors Hendrickson because they're the smaller team. So Georgetown would like to use the physicality of basketball, try to get some shoulders into guys, make moves on offense, and then on defense, be physical and big there too. That time, another foul.
Harge knocks down the first free throw. He now has 9 in a ball game. The lead down to 1. A chance to tie it here. DJ's second free throw on the way. Short off the front iron. Mayhew with the rebound for Georgetown. Presley has it. He'll dribble across the timeline to the left wing. Looks to shake and bake. Does. Stops. Kicks it up top. Dupre fakes. Drives into the lane. And he'll be fouled. That'll send Dupre to the free throw line. 2 shots coming there. They're going to call this one on number 11, Julian Esparza. That'll be his first personal foul. Dupre will go to the free throw line for the first time of the ball game. In the first matchup between these two teams, Dupre had 12 points, was 1 of 2 from the free throw line. First free throw, no good. 24-23, Georgetown by 1, 2:21 remaining. Here in the first half, Dupre readies for the second free throw. On the way is good. Dupre now with 4 points in the ball game, and Georgetown leads by 2, 25-23. Thomas across the timeline to the far side, dribbles down to the wing, looks for the high screen from Hines. Hines will get it outside the three-point line. He'll fire a three-pointer, and he knocks it down. The big fella, Darius Hines, knocks down his first shot, a big three. And the Hawks take the lead, 26-25. Tuma up top to Dupre, drives, stop, pop. Nope, it's going to be a charge on Ryan Dupre on the push-off. So they're letting the tight defense come, and they're calling any kind of push-off by anybody. And that'll be a third foul on Ryan Dupre, so he'll have to come out of the ball game with 1:55 remaining in the first half. And Lucas Lyle will check in for the Eagles.
The most important thing about this so far is that you have to make sure the refs play this consistently throughout the rest of the game. They've been calling it tight here in this first half. They need to continue to call it tight because that's what the coaches are going to adjust.
Thomas is left open, fires a right wing three, and it's off the iron, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds back to Georgetown as Longoria unable to get to it. So Georgetown inbound with 1:42 remaining here in the first half, trailing by 1, 26-25. Hendrickson leads it. Q Presley across the timeline for Georgetown. Dribbles to the top of the key. Goes right wing to Sedgwick. Backdoor cut. Nope, he'll hold it. Give it to Q Presley. He'll back outside the arc. Now he'll drive into the lane. Jump stop, but it's no good. As they blow the whistle on the floor, it's going to be on Longoria. That'll send Q Presley back to the free throw line. That's Longoria's first personal foul. Like you said, Hyatt, fouls mounting up for both teams. Q Presley now sitting, or holding. I thought Hyatt was up here with me. Q Presley's free throw gets a kind roll, and it goes in. Ties the ball game back at 26. Q with one more shot coming here. 1:26 remaining. Free throw is up, in and out, no good. Rebound Hines, and here come the Hawks. Tie it up, 26 all with 1:20 remaining. Thomas drives. At this point, neither team may have players in the second half. Lucas Lyle stood his ground, and they called a block there. Lucas Lyle picks up his first personal foul. And that'll send Thomas back to the free throw line for the Hawks. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game, has 4 points on the night. In the first matchup, he had 4 points, was 2 for 2 from the free throw line. 1:18 remaining now. Thomas takes his time. First free throw on the way is no good off the back iron.
Hendrickson's playing it exactly how I would right now. If the refs are going to call a lot of ticky-tacky 50-50 calls, then I would keep attacking aggressively, keep running in transition, and putting those refs into the same spots.
Thomas's second free throw, in and out, no good. Evan Mayhew lets Harge get around him. He strips the ball free, kicks it out to Thomas. The Hawks have another possession. 1:10 remaining here, first half. Georgetown has got to block out and take the ball and rebound the ball. Thomas drives, cut off, up top to Hines. His jumper, short off the iron. Davin Sedgwick runs down the rebound. Gives it off to Q Presley across the timeline. 55 seconds remaining first half. 26-26 your score. Over to Sedgwick. Into the hands of Lyle down in the near side corner. He'll dribble up towards the wing, up top to Tuma. Swing it around. Sedgwick into the hands of Q Presley. 43 seconds remaining. Presley up top to Lyle. Eagles will slow it down here as Lyle stands out near midcourt, dribbles to the far side. Harge on him. He'll come near side. 28 seconds remaining. Lyle behind the back dribble, picks it up, gives it to Q Presley, covered tightly by Longoria. Eagles playing for the last shot, 20 seconds now on the clock. Q will back it out. 10 seconds remaining. Q to the right wing, gets a high screen from Mayhew. Kicks it left wing, but the pass is knocked free. Tuma gets it. Fakes his man into Dupre, stolen away from behind by Harge. Half-court shot by Esparza, off the rim, no good. And the first half comes to an end. 26-26, your score at the half. It's ugly like Hendrickson would like it. They've got back into the ball game. Into the first half. We'll take a timeout. We come back. Some stats in the third quarter. Eagle basketball continues in a moment.
Yeah. I'm the big homie. For those of y'all that don't know me, one and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hate will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stakes, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper, raise a bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dreamed of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, kings walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got 'em asking for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe more. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Independent on my own, I'ma stand. Taking handouts, not for me, I like the back of my demands. Bet against me, I'ma need that money coming in advance. I play with God's hand, you ain't never stood a chance. Take over your playlist, I'm that dude, set the mood. No, I've always been on top, I play it cool, nothing new. They said I should flex and then bring in the juice. School the rules, came and stuck up the game and we running fools. On the loose, I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking. Yeah. I can't translate it on my own. Don't worry, I don't need Rosetta Stone. I finally found her. Music made it my home, and now we up like, look how far we have grown. Yeah, I can't translate it on my own. Don't worry, I don't need Rosetta Stone. I finally found her. Music made it my home, and now we up like, look how far we have grown. I can't. Young boy running to the same old path. Ain't got a car, no key, no gas. Change lane, no kick, same as ass. Everybody follow in and the boy get past. Now we gotta find where the winners be at. The car trend, stole flows, got a pin in the pad. Backtrack, he's locked and I'm out of the ass. World shine bright, flames start to dash. That's how it go. They go to grace, had to make it they own. Make it the tapes in a miner for gold. Seen it go plat when the be what they own. Put me in charge of my artistry, just like an artery. You know that blood is gonna flow. Ain't if elected, put him in shot. Be gonna stop, defibrillate and go. Translate it on my own. Don't worry, I don't need Rosetta Stone. I finally found her. Music made it my home, and now we up like, look how far we have grown. Yeah, I can't translate it on my own. Don't worry, I don't need Rosetta Stone. I finally found her. Music made it my home, and now we up like, look how far we have grown. I can't. I would not pay you a cool fee. Only paper I deal with is loose leaf. But do you a favor and get you a feat. Yeah, I'll make your record a movie. I do all of my stunts, Bruce Lee. Only me ever gonna produce me. On my baddest alive, getting richer. That trying is the pride I'm choosing. Give me a doc, they say I'm a genius. Must have been stuffed in my jeans. It can't be too long before I reach the top. Yeah, I gotta sell out arenas. Check out my spot, the scene getting hot. Like every time I get released. And all these rappers are claiming we dogs, but I'm the one over here holding they leashes. I can't translate it on my own. Don't worry, I don't need Rosetta Stone. I finally found her. Music made it my home, and now we up like, look how far we have grown. Yeah, I can't translated on my own. Don't worry, I don't need Rosetta Stone. I finally found her. Music made it my home, and now we up like, look how far we have grown. I can't.
Back here at Georgetown High School at the half. Middle school night here at Georgetown High School. Benold and Forbes being represented. One school won the 7th grade. The other school won the 8th grade. A great representation. The future of Georgetown High School as these kids come out and compete here on middle school night. But talk about competition. It's 26-26 at half, Holden. And you're being out-rebounded. Georgia, we talked about it multiple times. They've got to go get that board. The intensity of Hendrickson to go get the rebounds is showing when they lead the rebounding battle. 15-11 in the first half. Georgetown's got to attack the boards.
That's relatively inexcusable. When you have the size that Georgetown does and the lack of size that Hendrickson does, that's all effort. So you've got to instill in these players, you need to go get the board. If you're 6'9", like Evan Mayhew, or if you're 5'10", like Hyatt Tuma, you've got to go get the boards. It doesn't matter because Hendrickson's not going to give up on the play just because you're bigger. They're used to this. Clearly, this team has excelled with the small ball all season long, going up against teams who have taller players. They're used to it. You have to make Hendrickson work for it and then make them get into a position to where they can't overcome your size rather than letting them continue to run around you and run like past you with speed and then get the boards whenever you kind of think that you should be able to get it, and then they kind of come up behind you and snatch it away. They've got to get these players locked in, making them realize like you have Dupre's 6'6". Evan Mayhew is 6'9". You should be able to go get it against Hendrickson, who does not have as much size as Georgetown.
26-26. Hendrickson and Georgetown. Hendrickson has put up 23 shots overall. Georgetown only 16. So Georgetown being outshot by 7 more shots and still tied 26-26. Georgetown shooting 44% from the field. Hendrickson 35% overall, 38 from behind the arc at 5 of 13. You've got to watch that because that's where Hendrickson can get hot and cost you here in the second half. The Hawks have the ball to start the second half. The starting 5 on the floor for Georgetown. For the Hawks, a different lineup. Quiller, Hines. Hines will take a straight on 3. It's off the rim, no good. And there's Dupre. He goes high, grabs it with 2 hands, and Georgetown has it back across the timeline. Tuma on the left wing. Up to Dupre. He'll give it off to Q Presley, and the Eagles will reset. Quiller, Longoria, Hines, Thomas, and Harge on the floor for the Hendrickson Hawks. Up top to Sedgwick, over to Presley, down to Dupre on the baseline. Covered by Quiller. He'll spin into the lane. Stop, drops it low to Mayhew. Evan will come up and under and get the bucket. A nice, strong take to start the second half for Evan Mayhew. He now has 5 in the ball game.
Great passing to get inside of it, and the extra pass by Dupre. Instead of taking a risky shot with some good defense, hit it Mayhew, and he hits the reverse layup for 2.
Longoria up top to Hines. We'll give it back to Longoria. He drives in. The runner up. Good. Nice take by Longoria. He was covered well by Tuma, but the runner up off the backboard good. And a 28-28 score. 6:55 remaining, third quarter. Q Presley down to the left wing. Down low to Mayhew on the left block. He'll spin in, kick it out. Sedgwick over to Tuma, right wing. Tuma will back it out, skip it over to Presley, left side. Thinks about the deep 3. Now he'll dribble up top and reset the offense. Over to Tuma, right wing. Lob pass down low to Dupre. He's doubled up, and there will be a foul on the floor. See who they get that on. It's going to be on Quiller. That'll be his 3rd personal foul, first team foul. 13 fouls in the first half on Hendrickson, 10 on Georgetown. A lot of fouls there in that first half.
He's got an ankle. I think he tweaked. He's limping around right now, and it doesn't look like he's getting subbed, but he's clearly uncomfortable.
Brett Fellion checks back in for Quiller for the Hawks. He'll sit with 3 fouls. Q Presley to inbound. And there's a foul on the cut by Dupre, and it was a good job, and Hines held on. And Hines whistled for the foul. That'll be his first personal, second team foul. And now here comes Nick Hansen for Q Presley. They're going to check out Q on that ankle to make sure he's all right.
He was clearly uncomfortable. Even when he was going to inbound the ball, he was kind of wincing, walking on him gingerly. So probably the best decision there for his health. Get him out of the game, get him checked out.
Hansen inbounds it. He'll get it back on the left wing. Looking low, gets it to Dupre at the left block. He'll back in, go up, can't get the foul call, but he lays it up and in. Nice take there by Ryan Dupre. And the Eagles take the lead, 30-28, 6:15 remaining. Harge, left elbow, kicks it up top to Brett Fellion, over to Longoria, off a screen to the left elbow. Gets rid of it. Hines has it left wing, up top to Thomas. Hawks reset, 6:05 remaining here, third quarter. Hines sets the high screen. Thomas looks to drive, tries to drop it low. It's blocked by Dupre. Nice defense there to get the hand in the passing lane. Knocks it out of bounds, and the Hawks have to re-inbound the ball. Thomas set to inbound. 6 minutes exactly left here in the third quarter. Thomas can't get it in. Now throws it deep, and Harge will chase it down in the backcourt for Hendrickson. Harge across the timeline, center of the floor. Dribbles towards the left wing. Step back, thinks on the 3. Now passes off to Thomas. He'll get the high screen from Brett Fellion. Looks to drive, loses it out to Harge, left baseline. Passes a 3, drives all the way, up and under, reverse layup, no good. And Evan Mayhew, you have got to call a foul on that. Hines knocks Mayhew down. The ball out of bounds, called off Georgetown.
I was just about to say, I mean, the Eagles are doing a great job early in this half using their size to secure these boards, but like you said, that's got to be a foul.
Inbound to Harge, he gives it to Longoria, baseline, holds up. Gives off to Brett Fellion. He'll give it to Hines left wing. Off of the hands of Thomas. High screen set. Thomas free throw line jumper blocked by Mayhew. Dupre gets the loose ball, and he'll slow it down for Georgetown with 5:20 remaining here, third quarter. Dupre across the timeline, covered by Thomas, dribbles left wing. Dupre backs it up, looks to dribble drive. Kicks it over, near side to Sedgwick. Down low to Mayhew, right block extended. Into the lane, turn, left-handed jumper, can't get it to go. Hines with the rebound, and the Hendrickson Hawks have the ball. 5:05 remaining, Harge across the timeline. Dribbles to the right side, backs it out. Gives it off to a trailing Longoria. He'll drive the baseline, kick it over to Thomas on the opposite side of the lane. Out to Brett Fellion. He has a wide open three. He'll fire it up, no good. Long rebound taken down by Thomas. Splits the lane, up and under, gets fouled. Shot no good, but I think that may be the fourth on Ryan Dupre. They'll go to the scorer's table, and it's going to be on Ryan Dupre. That'll be his fourth personal foul. First team foul on Georgetown, so a big foul to watch there. One of your main ball handlers and scorers.
And with him only needing one more foul to foul out of the game, I can't imagine we're going to see him the rest of this third quarter. So it's going to be Ryan Dupre lists for the Georgetown Eagles for about 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Thomas knocks down the first free throw. He now has 5 in the ball game. Isaiah Capers checks in for the first time, the 6'2 senior forward, number 5. Q Presley checks back in. Hyatt Tuma and Ryan Dupre check out. 4:47 remaining. Thomas set. Second free throw on the way is good as well. He now has 6. And a quick timeout called by head coach Keenan Dvorak. 4:47 remaining, third quarter. Timeout here on the floor. 30-30 your score. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Georgetown inbounds after the timeout. Capers, Hanson, Presley, Mayhew, and Sedgwick on the floor. Q Presley has it now, left wing for Georgetown. Holds there, looks low, gets it down to Sedgwick on the baseline, covered by Brett Fellion. Back to Q. Q will pull up, take the three-pointer. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by DJ Harge, and here come the Hawks. Harge across the timeline, top of the key. Hesitation, now gives it off. Green back in, gives it off to Longoria. The ball tipped. Harge saves it into the quarter to Brett Fellion. Back to Harge on the left wing. Skip it up top. Thomas into the hands of Longoria. Right wing three on the way. Off the rim. No good. But there's Brett Fellion with the rebound. Shot blocked by Evan Mayhew. Great job by Evan there to get out and block it, not foul. So the Hawks will have to inbound with 4:07 remaining. 30-30 your score.
Hendrickson has done a great job dissecting Georgetown's zone defense. Another example there and right there off the great inbound play. They're really running some great sets.
Longoria knocks down the three after he got free from on a screen. He now has 8 in the ball game. And the Hawks take the lead, 33-30. Mayhew on the left elbow or block, spins. He'll go up, fouled. That one will be on Hines, or on Avery Green. That'll be Green's third personal foul, third team foul on the Hawks. Mayhew to the free throw line for 2 more free throws.
I love the offensive identity that Georgetown's coming out in the second half with. We were talking about at halftime, how are they going to utilize their size? They've utilized it to the best possible way right now in the second half. Great job with the rebounds, good defense, and then drawing fouls in the offensive end.
Mayhew misses the first free throw. Second free throw to come here. Second one on the way, off the back iron, no good. Rebound taken away by Harge. Here comes the Hawks. Harge across the timeline. Skip pass to a cutting Brett Fellion. He saves it and bounce to Green, and the Hawks reset. Back over to Thomas on the left wing. 3:35 remaining, third quarter. He'll get the high screen. Thomas to the top of the key. Hesitates, now drives in. Mayhew stays free from the block, and the shot no good, but then Capers gets the ball stolen by Longoria. Drops it down low, but it's going to be out of bounds off Capers. Good job to recover there by Isaiah. to knock it out of bounds, and now the Hawks will inbound again on the baseline.
Hustle plays. Hendrickson's making them, Georgetown's not, and it's giving Hendrickson a lot more offensive opportunities, whether it's second chance points, whether it's steals or blocks in transition.
Thomas to inbound, throws it deep. Sedgwick, a great read, tips it free. He'll track it down, gives it to a cutting Q Presley. No foul called as he's bear hugged by Brett Fellion, but he dribbles out of trouble to the right wing. Skip pass over to Hansen, baseline three on the way. Gah! Nick Hansen, get him on track. We could use his scoring, his first field goal to the ball game, and it's tied up. 33 apiece.
What a catch and shoot shot from a full court pass. Pretty good defense. A better shot though.
Hawks have it. Thomas on the right wing, covered by Capers. Backs it out with 2:50 remaining, third quarter. Off the screen, top of the key. Thomas will reset. Looks to drive, kicks it out. Hard's left wing, up top to Green. Green holds there, gives it off to Longoria. Steps into a screen, no call, drops it down low. Brett Fellion, reverse layup, good. Nice backdoor cut, nice layup. Brett Fellion's first points of the ball game. And the Hawks lead by 2, 35-33. 2.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Presley on the right wing for Georgetown, holds there. Now he'll dribble towards the top, back to Capers on the right side. And a double dribble called there, another turnover on Georgetown. As Lucas Lyle will check in here for the Eagles. For Davin Sedgwick, Trey Williams back in for Tristan Thomas for the Hawks. Hendrickson gets the ball back. They lead by 2, 35-33. 2 minutes, 20 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Williams to the right wing. Off a screen, kicks it over to Hards, but Hards can't handle the pass. And it's an out of bounds off a turnover by the Hawks. The Hawk offense, the Eagles have got to figure out how to play off of that high screen to not allow the man to get open off of it. Is it the switch? Is it what? But something's got to change there. They love the high ball screen. Hansen across the timeline. Dribbles towards the right side. There's Longoria grabbing him. No foul call. Drops it to Lyle on the baseline. Back up to Q Presley. He saves it from being stolen. Presley into the lane. Tries to drop it low. Does to Lyle. A no-look pass to Mayhew is not a good one. It's stolen away by the Hawks. Harge across the timeline. Should have been a carry as he's up and underneath the ball on his hesitations. Now Williams off a screen into the free throw line. Kick it out. Longoria corner three off the mark. No good. Isaiah Capers, the strong rebound for Georgetown. They'll give it off to Q Presley. 1:35 remaining for third quarter. Presley dribbles down to the right wing. Q there. Now backs out over to Hansen. Hansen will dribble down to the left wing. Goes baseline to Mayhew. Covered by Green. Backdoor cut by Hansen. Nice pass. Nice bucket. Evan Mayhew gets the assist. Nick Hansen gets the bucket. He now has 6. And we're tied up at 35. Kick it over. Williams left wing. Down to the baseline. Longoria left wide open. Another 3. It's off the mark. And Evan Mayhew the rebound. Kick it ahead. Q Presley over to Nick Hansen on the breakaway. Free layup. And Nick Hansen knocks it down. 7 points here in the third quarter for Hansen. And the Eagles take the 2-point lead, 37-35. How do you leave Harge wide open, but he missed the 3. Lucas Lyle with the rebound. Drop it to Q Presley. Q to the left wing. Hesitation, drives in, puts it up. Can't get the foul call. Coach Canfield beside himself. Rebound, Longoria comes down. Reverse layup is blocked out of bounds by Evan Mayhew. And here's a substitution. Adrian Brown in, along with Julian Esparza for the Hawks. But how do you not call that foul down here on the offensive end?
Again, I mentioned this in the first half with how easily the calls were seeming to fly off the refs' whistles. You have to make sure you're consistent, and right now I don't think they are.
Green tries to take a shot over Mayhew. It's no good. And Evan has the rebound. 35 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Q Presley will bring it across the timeline. Georgetown leads 37-35. Presley down to the left wing, covered by Trey Williams. Up top, Brown, right wing to Hansen. Down to Lucas Lyle, right block. He'll spin the baseline. He's covered by Harge. Puts the jumper up. No good. Mayhew's putback. Can't get it to go. Gets the rebound. Mayhew dumps it off to Lyle. His putback. Can't get it to go. Rebound tip free. Esparza saves it. Williams has it. 10 seconds remaining across the timeline. Right wing. Williams shake and bake. The runner up and good. 6 seconds remaining. Got to inbound quick. Hansen has it with 3. Across the timeline. Half-court shot on the way is up. Off the rim. No good. And the third quarter comes to an end. Georgetown with about 10 rebounds and putbacks. Can't get one to go. The Hawks respond with a bucket by Trey Williams, and we're tied at the end of 3. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. back we come for the fourth quarter. Georgetown and Hendrickson tied at 37. What a ball game. Back and forth it goes. Q Presley on the floor with Nick Hansen, Adrian Brown, Lucas Lyle, and Evan Mayhew. Into Mayhew at the free throw line. Being fouled. No call. His layup too strong. Rebound by Williams. Or by Thomas. Here come the Hawks. Ahead to Williams, left wing. Into the lane. The cutter. Ball tipped and off the face of Lucas Lyle. Out of bounds off Georgetown. Lucas having to shake that one off. But a good defense. Somebody got a hand on it before. Hawks will inbound on the baseline. Williams inbounds. Gets it into Brett Fellion. He'll be fouled. Shot good and go, but Georgetown lets him cut between two players on the baseline and get a layup. But no shot goes in. So that's in Brett Fellion to the free throw line as Lucas Lyle picks up his second foul.
Hendrickson ran some very creative and well-executed plays, whether it's through inbounds, whether it's in transition where they practice something, and they're really making the Georgetown defense second-guess themselves, and it's creating scoring opportunities for themselves.
Brett Fellion knocks down the first of two free throws. He now has 3 in the ball game. The Hawks lead by 1, make it 2 on the made free throw. 4 points for Brett Fellion and a 39-37 lead for Hendrickson. 7:35 remaining in the ball game. Hansen right wing to Adrian Brown. Down low to Mayhew on the baseline. Mayhew will spin. Green all over him. Mayhew will kick it out to Brown. Brown holds it. Picks up the dribble, goes low down to the corner to Mayhew. Shakes, he'll drive all the way in. Up and under, can't get it to go, but he'll draw the foul here on Green. And that will be Green's 4th personal foul. First team foul in the Hawks here in the fourth quarter, but the Hack-a-Shack theory starting to come into play as Mayhew, struggling from the free throw line tonight, is 1 for 5. 7:18 remaining in the ball game. Mayhew's first free throw off the mark, no good. 1 for 6 on the night is Mayhew. A lot of free points for Georgetown and opportunities to have a multi-point lead. But they can't knock down the free throws. Mayhew's second free throw, no good and no rebound. Trey Williams takes it. His pass tipped by Q Presley, but no one goes and gets it. Thomas has the layup, and it's no good, but he's fouled. Georgetown has got to pay attention to the loose balls. It's crazy. Q Presley made a great play and tipped the ball, but no one paid attention and got the loose ball.
I think it just hit off of Mayhew's back, and he was running to come back on defense, and then he wheeled around, and as he wheeled around, the Hendrickson player got it and ran right by him. So a disaster of a play there for Georgetown, and it'll be 2 more shots here for Hendrickson.
7:11 remaining here in the ball game. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Out of the quick timeout, Tristan Thomas will go back to the free throw line for Hendrickson. They lead by 2, 39-37. 6 points in the ballgame thus far for Thomas. Back to the free throw line he goes. Sets himself. The first free throw on the way is off the iron, no good. 4 for 7 from the free throw line tonight is Thomas. 1 more to come here. Thomas, a methodical dribble, a breath, sets the second free throw on the way. Is good. The lead up to 3 now for Hendrickson. 40-37. 7:05 remaining. Hansen left side to Q Presley, down low. Mayhew has Hines on him, who's checked in. Spins the baseline. Mayhew will go up, gets it up off the backboard, and good. No foul call, but a good take by Mayhew. He now has 7 to the ball game.
Love to see the aggressiveness there from Mayhew.
Williams drives right side, loses the ball out of bounds as he tried to get it to Esparza. But the ball turned over by the Hawks. Georgetown will get it back with 6:46 remaining, down by 1. 40-39, Hendrickson leads it. Hansen across the timeline. Dribbles there, right side to Brown. Brown looks low, back up top to Q. Over to Hansen, left wing. Will go down low to Mayhew. Skip pass over, wide open, right wing 3 by Presley, good. What a pass by Mayhew. And Q Presley, his first points of the second half, a big three, and the Eagles lead at 42-40. Trey Williams gets a screen, kicks it out. Esparza fires a deep three, no good, and Nick Hansen goes and gets the rebound for Georgetown. Good defense there, good rebound by Hansen. He'll push it across the timeline, 6:05 remaining here in the ball game. Georgetown by 2. Hansen over to Q on the left wing, up top Brown, back to Hansen right wing. Looks low, but the pass stolen. Brett Bellion read it and went and got it. And the Hawks have it off the turnover. Trey Williams drives all the way down, kick it out. Thomas up top, Hines, the big guy, airballs a three-pointer, and that'll go back over to Georgetown. Darius Hines, a sophomore, hit one, shakes his head here as a big air ball there. An opportunity for Georgetown to capitalize on it. Several turnovers in a row for the Hawks. 42-40, Georgetown leads. Hansen on the left wing. Up top to Brown, back to Q on the right wing. Up top to Hansen. He'll spin, shakes Esparza, back to Q, right wing, looks low. He'll go into the right elbow to Mayhew. Mayhew will drive on Hines. He'll go up, can't get it to go, gets his own rebound. Goes up, gets fouled, and can't get the shot to go. It bounces off the rim. That'll be a foul on Hines. And that will be Hines' second personal foul. Second team foul on the Hawks. And Mayhew back to the free throw line.
You touched on it last time. He struggled from here as he shoots the first one and misses. So Hendrickson's got a good idea that they're comfortable with if they do end up fouling Mayhew. But if you're an Eagle fan, you love to see the aggressiveness and the play style from the Eagles starting to shift more towards the post game. It's been a lot of Mayhew touching the ball, whether he's passing or taking it, and it's getting fouls and getting good shots.
Mayhew misses both free throws. Lucas Lyle gets the rebound, and he goes up and he's fouled. Green had just checked back in, and he fouled, and he's out of the ball game. 5 fouls on Green. What a job by Lucas Lyle to go get that ball. Great rebound there, and he'll go to the free throw line. As number 35, Avery Green, the 6'7 senior, has fouled out of the contest. And at what point do you see Dupre come off the bench with his 4 fouls?
I was just about to say, and that's huge because now Dupre can come back in, and the sizable players, the big guys for Hendrickson, they're now down to tallest, Avery Green. They still have Hines, 32. He's 6'5". He'll probably come back in. But this game could get really interesting very quickly.
Lucas Lyle knocks down his first free throw, knocks down the second free throw. And Georgetown extends their lead to 4, 44-40. Harge and Quiller back on the floor for the Hawks. Williams off a screen to the right wing. Looks to go, a runner up and good. The speed of Trey Williams as he knocks it down around Mayhew. Williams now with 11 in the ball game. 44-42. Ahead to Brown, left wing. Adrian will back it out with 4:55 remaining. Over to Hansen, right wing to the hands of Q Presley. Q will hold there, looking for Mayhew. Swing it over to Hansen, left side. Eagles slowing it down. Now Hansen will dribble down all the way to the corner, looking in for Mayhew. Back up to Q. 4:35 remaining. Q will back it out. Slow it back down, and here comes Dupre off the bench to head of the scorer's table. Presley left wing, shake and bake, pull up, jumper up, good, wow. Q Presley knocks it down, a big shot there. 46-42, Georgetown by 4. 4:20 remaining, Harge make it Trey Williams. They're gonna call a foul here away from the ball. It's going to be on Q Presley. That is going to be Q's third personal foul. Third team foul on Georgetown. Lucas Lyle will come out, and let's write it down. 4:18 remaining in the ball game. Holden and Ryan Dupre back in with the 4 fouls. Harge to inbound, does. Corner, Longoria fakes the 3. Baseline jumper is up, an air ball. Evan Mayhew gets it out quickly. Q Presley throws it ahead. Dupre tries to save it in bounds, but it's on the far sideline. And an opportunity there for Georgetown to waste it as Q tried to lead Hansen or Dupre, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover on the Eagles. 4:09 remaining here in the ballgame. A full timeout by head coach David Canfield. We'll take it with him. Georgetown basketball brought to you proudly by Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Mack Hike Ford Lincoln returns in just a moment. back out of the timeout, and we did get a timeout before the turnover, so Georgetown saves possession. And Q Presley will take the inbound pass in the backcourt. Georgetown has it with a 4-point lead, 4:05 remaining here in the ball game. Q across the timeline, left wing to Hanson. Hanson to Q Presley at the free throw line. He'll drive on Hards, puts it up, and gets it to go. Q Presley stepping up here. He now has 7 in the quarter, 19 in the ball game. And Georgetown leads by 6. Williams kicks it out in the corner. The drive here, and there's Ryan Dupre. A surprisingly bad foul on Ryan Dupre to reach in when Longoria is running the baseline and has nowhere to go. And Dupre called for his 5th foul, so he came in at 4:18, and at 3:43 he leaves with his 5th foul. And a costly one there for Georgetown. A big loss there for Dupre to foul out with only 6 points on the night.
And that's situational because obviously that's a play that Dupre is able to make with fouls to spare, trying to risk getting that steal. But with 4 on the night, you've got to keep your hands inside. Let him shoot that runner by the baseline.
Another heads-up play. Harge passes it to Brett Bellion, and he lays it in behind the defense for the Hawks. And the lead cut to 4, 3:30 remaining. Presley on the right wing, covered by Harge. Dribbles up top, will go to the far side. Q will dribble all the way down to the left wing, drive the baseline, stop, back it back out. Harge giving chase. Presley loses it, gets it off. Hanson, corner 3, fired quickly, it's no good. Long rebound, Trey Williams. Behind the back dribble, loses it, gets it back, and they'll save it to Harge. Top of the key, 3:05 remaining. 48-44, Georgetown by 4. Harge off a high screen from Quiller. Dribbles in, gives it to Quiller, middle of the lane. Lyle strips it free, the ball on the floor. Mayhew goes and gets it. He saves it. And a jump ball as Coach Canfield was at half court trying to call the timeout. It'll be a jump ball, so Hendrickson will get it back on the alternating possession with 2:53 remaining in the ball game. Hendrickson trails by 4, 48-44. You love to see the big man Mayhew go down and get that ball, loose ball, and try to get it for Georgetown.
Yeah, effort's been a big thing throughout this game. Hendrickson's easily in the first 3 quarters been the team giving the most effort. But in this 4th quarter, Georgetown is starting to match them, and it's being reflected on the scoreboard.
Trey Williams has it right wing, looks for the screen. Loses the dribble, gets it back, dribbles into the lane, stops, traveled, no call. Kick it out to Harge right wing. He'll step in, kick it out to Williams. Deep left wing 3 is up and good. Trey Williams, now with 14 in the ball game, has cut the lead to 1 for Georgetown. 48-47, 2.5 minutes remaining. Q Presley in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline for Georgetown. Right side to Brown. Brown will dribble away from Williams. Up top to Q Presley, 2:15 remaining. Q dribbles on Longoria, looks to drive, and there's the foul on Longoria. It's going to be on the floor, and that's his 2nd personal foul. That's the 4th team foul on the Hawks. So a big foul there that the next foul will put Georgetown at free throws the rest of the way. 2:10 remaining.
It's a little interesting that Georgetown seems to have gone away from the Mayhew plays, despite the fact that Hendrickson's tallest player is now fouled out of the game.
Inbound to Mayhew, his shot no good. Battle for it, and Brett Bellion, the 6'2 guard, takes down the rebound over the Eagles. Harge drives all the way in, tries to drop it low to Quiller and does, kicks it out. Longoria, Brett Bellion fakes the 3, drives in. He'll go up against Mayhew, shot blocked, it's off the backboard. Nick Hansen comes away with it, saves it in bounds, but off of Mayhew, the ball loose, under the bucket. Brett Bellion gets the loose ball, and the Hawks take the lead, 49-48. Brett Bellion in the right place, right time. Q to the free throw line, drops it low. Mayhew goes up, lays it up and in. Nice pass. Q Presley to Evan Mayhew, and the Eagles take the lead right back, 50-49, 1:28 remaining as Williams crosses the timeline. Top of the key, shake and bake all the way down. Block! Get it out of here. One time might work, the second time, no go. Mayhew sends it into the crowd over by the doors, and the Hawks will have to inbound, but not before another timeout. 1:22 remaining here in the ballgame. Georgetown leads 50-49. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball returns in a moment. live here at Georgetown High School. 1 minute and 30, I'm guessing because the timeout clock is still running. 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining here in the ball game. The Hawks will inbound underneath their own bucket. 50-49, Georgetown by 1. Williams to inbound. Gets it to Brett Fellion, wide open, and a putback and a quick timeout by Coach Dvorak. Georgetown has given up more points on inbound defense by the Hawks, and it's unreal. We'll keep it here. We like to thank our sponsors, though. Mack Hike, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Mack Hike Ford Lincoln of Georgetown, making every broadcast free of charge, being proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Boys basketball and the first responder broadcast team. But Holden, you talk about this. That right there is the 5th or 6th time they have gotten a layup off an inbound pass, and Brett Fellion is 6'2". How do the Eagles it's like something's being done. Credit to Coach Dvorak on the schemes he's running to make our defense look horrible on the inbounds. Yeah,
like you just said, it's got to first to give the credit to Hendrickson because they're running some high levels plays that is giving Georgetown a lot of fits all throughout the game. This will be, I think, the 3rd time we've talked about the inbounds plays that they're running, just getting guys wide open, whether it's a three-pointer, whether there is a layup there. Georgetown's got to be more consistent about making sure they know their assignment, that if it's a man, if they're guarding a zone, and then sticking with it because the motion and movement of Hendrickson has completely thrown off their inbound defense, and it's given up a lot of points today in a very close ball game.
Georgetown will inbound. They've got to go the length of the court. Got a minute 19 remaining. Lyle will inbound to Adrian Brown. Hendrickson 51, Georgetown 50. Brown across the timeline. Go to the right wing to Nick Hansen. Hansen will drive down the baseline. Goes into Mayhew. Mayhew spins, kicks it out. Presley wide open, left wing three, up, off the mark, no good. Hansen the rebound. Kicks it out. Lyle can't handle it. Harge has it. The Hawks have the ball with 58 seconds. Trey Williams in the backcourt. Skip it over to Harge. Far side. Harge across the timeline. Skip pass near side to Williams. And now a timeout as Coach Dvorak 10 feet out on the floor to call it, running into the official. And the Hawks will probably take it's got to be close to their last timeout. No one's keeping them tonight as our normal PA announcer is out. Quick timeout. 49 seconds remaining. Eagle basketball continues in a moment. Out of the timeout, 51-50. Hendrickson leads it over Georgetown. 49.69 seconds remaining. Hendrickson will inbound on the near sideline.
And Georgetown's got to stay focused. Like we've been talking about, Hendrickson ran some very creative plays to get some great opportunities off the inbound.
Brett Fellion will inbound to the backcourt to Williams. Brown will cover him. Williams across the timeline. 40 seconds remaining here to Harge near side. Switch over, kick it over. Longoria has it out near midcourt. Play and keep away. Williams will now kick it over to Longoria, left wing. Longoria pressured by Presley. Gives it down to the baseline to Brett Fellion. Up, and now a foul whistled on the floor. And I think they're going to get Nick Hansen on that one. Eagles having a foul now. Hansen second, team 5th, and that'll send Brett Fellion to the free throw line. He is 2 for 2 in the ball game. So a chance to make it a 3-point lead if he can knock them both down. 27.07 seconds remaining. Brett Fellion, first free throw to come on the way, is good. 52-50. Hendrickson leads it by 2. And now Longoria will check out. Julian Esparza, the senior, back on. Brett Bellion, the senior, readies for his second free throw. On the way, this free throw. It gets a kind bounce and drops in. Thomas will check back in for Williams. The Hawks lead it by 3, 53-50. The last 6 points scored by Brett Bellion. Hugh Presley in the backcourt. He'll pick it up. The time starts now, 26 seconds. Presley left wing, skip pass over to Hansen. Quick fire right wing three. It's an air ball. Lyle has the rebound on the far side. It's loose, but it's out of bounds, and I think it's going to be out on Hendrickson as Quiller had jumped around Lyle and touched the ball while he was out of bounds on the inline. So Georgetown will inbound, and another timeout. 17.25 seconds. 53-50. Hendrickson leads it over Georgetown. Quick timeout. Eagle basketball continues in a moment.
Royalty, put blame on me. Hate my trends. Word up OG. Watch how you talking your tone. What I be on? You cannot make me a clone. You already know T versus T. Tagging the limits won't fit the criteria. Here in stereo, saying American. Hang around you and your crew's embarrassing.
Back here, 17.25 seconds remaining. Presley, Mayhew, Lyle, Hansen, and Brown on the floor for Georgetown. Presley to inbound, does to Lyle. Lyle back out to Presley, left wing, fakes. Step back three by Q, it's up, it's in and out, no good. Mayhew, ball tipped out, Lyle had it. Mayhew tried to save it, but it's out of bounds on the end line. 6.43 seconds remaining. And Hendrickson's going to inbound. A warning issued to Q Presley for shooting after the buzzer and all. How do we have any more timeouts? I swear we've called 30 this half. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 6.43 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Hendrickson is going to inbound on Georgetown's end of the floor, and a three-point lead for the Hawks. A tough spot here for the Eagles. Couldn't get the big shot in the end and then couldn't save that ball in bounds. A great hustle by Evan Mayhew, but now the Hawks need to run out 6 seconds.
It really is all going to come down to this inbound play. Even if they get it off, I assume the Eagles will foul him one time, and any sort of free throw will more than likely ice the game. But we talked about the hustle, the effort throughout this game. It's a great effort play right at the end by Mayhew to try to save that ball, and he slid out of bounds. But I feel like the effort just hasn't – it took too long to get there, to get to that level where you're diving for the ball. And Hendrickson played with that effort, that level from the very first tip. And it's going to more than likely end up in a victory coming into Georgetown here. Still 6 seconds, still have to get the inbound play, but it's not looking great for the Eagles.
And this one will hurt because this will push Georgetown to 4-4 and bring them back to the pack as Pflugerville, Weiss, and Hendrickson all sit at 3-4. Hendrickson, if they win, will be at 4-4, and they'll have the head-to-head against Georgetown, having taken both games if they win it out here tonight. And so no timeouts left for the Hawks. So if they can't inbound it, they cannot call a timeout. So defense for Georgetown, playing tightly here. Harge to inbound. Harge, baseball pass deep. Thomas is back there. He traveled, no call, and he'll be fouled by Sedgwick.
I think it's very fitting for this game to likely end on another brilliant inbound play by Hendrickson. You get a lot of motion, and you get a free runner right down the middle of the court, and no one picks him up. So it's a full court pass, essentially. Well placed, well executed, and they catch it. They do foul. 4.42 seconds left, and essentially any free throws here will more than likely end the game.
Either one of these free throws by Thomas will make it a two-possession ball game with 4.42 seconds remaining. Thomas in the ball game has been kind of 50-50 from the free throw line. This one on the way is good. That one may have iced it for the Hawks. Mayhew and Tuma will check in for Lyle and Sedgwick. 4.42 seconds remaining. Thomas gets set for his second free throw. Thomas takes his time. The free throw on the way is good.
And if it wasn't over before, it is now. There is a 4-point play if you were to make a three-pointer get fouled. There is no 5-point play.
Esparza checks in along with Quiller. Adrian Brown to inbound to Q Presley. Q across the midcourt stripe. A half-court heave is up and off. No good. And the ball game comes to an end. 55-50. Georgetown falls to the Hendrickson Hawks. Georgetown drops to 19-11 on the year and 4-4 in district play. Hendrickson improves to 9-20 on the season, and they improved to 4-4 on the play and drop off of their 4-game losing skid all here in district to jump right back into the mix. Hit Eastview sitting at the top at 7-0 going into the night. And it's just one of those things. The rebounding of the first half, a killer for Georgetown. And the defensive end on inbound plays for Georgetown was just not good tonight. And a lot of credit to Coach Dvorak and his staff for some brilliant plays out of timeouts.
Yeah.
And out of baseline inbound.
Exactly. I touched on it with that final play where they ran another good inbound to get a great look for an open man to get the pass off. But Georgetown did not play well all game tonight. It took them really until that fourth quarter to really wake up and start playing with a lot of effort and energy. And at that point, it was just kind of who's going to match it, who's going to excel at the pivotal moments late in the game. And it turned out Hendrickson was going to be that team tonight. But like you said, a tough loss. Now 4-4 tied with Hendrickson record-wise, but Henderson's going to have that 2-game head-to-head advantage. So Georgetown needs Hendrickson to drop another game in order to jump them in the standings. Now, it's important to note Georgetown still has everything in front of them. They've got enough district games left. If they can win them, they will secure a playoff spot. But this one stings, and it's going to sting for a little while, especially if Georgetown ends up faltering late in the season and are needing some things to break their way. They're going to look back at this game and think, man, we really should have had this one.
Nothing showing online yet to see between Conley and Eastview to see if they had a winner in that ball game yet. And so the only other action for Eastview and for District 23 tonight was Eastview and Conley, and that's a big one. If Conley wins, they're at 4-4 or 4-3, and they move into second slot. And Georgetown in a tough spot now, where every game becomes a must-win for your Georgetown Eagles. The next game will be on Tuesday night at Weiss, 7 p.m. It's Weiss on the road on the 28th, back home on the 4th of April against 4th of February against the Pflugerville Panthers, and then a home against the Conley Cougars on Friday night the 7th, and then the tough one to end the year. It's going to be at Eastview in a big game there for Georgetown, and you don't want that one to come down to a must-win against the team that's leading this district.
Yeah, exactly. You hit the nail on the head right there. That's what I was talking about with this game and how bad dropping this game is going to hurt potentially for this Eagles, because like you said, you do not want to go into Eastview in a must-win and in situation for the Eagles. But ultimately, that's going to fall on them. They did lose this game, and all credit to Hendrickson. The Eagles did not play well really all game long. Credit Hendrickson again for a very well-fought victory. We talked about the height differential, and they overcame that again this season for the second time this season, against Georgetown.
55-50, Hendrickson wins it over Georgetown. The next time you'll hear us will be live Tuesday night on the road at the Pflugerville Weiss over off of Wolfpack Road over there off of Weiss Lane, east of Toll 130. If you can't join us there at Weiss High School, join us live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll have the call live 6:45 pregame, 7 o'clock is the tip-off schedule. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Eagles fall 19-11 on the year, 4-4 in district, and a tough loss at home to the Hendrickson Hawks. Thanks for joining us tonight. For Jerry and Harmon, for Holden Tuma, I'm Wally Harmon. Thanks to Mack Hike Ford Lincoln and Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, proud sponsors of Georgetown Eagle Boys basketball and your first responder broadcast team. Have a good weekend, and remember, it doesn't cost you a dime, Holden, to be kind. Have a good night, everybody.